Good morning. Ready for coffee and conversation this morning? Figured I would talk about handling a crayfish. I found these old videos yesterday from my time in California, where I had a friend of mine that I was staying with. She had a son, and we took her and her kids to the park, and they wanted to go play with crayfish. They kept bringing me crayfish that they had caught. They were taught to catch them and to squeeze them behind the pinchers and to chase them and to, lift the rocks. And so I showed them my way, trying not to, I didn't want to overstep my bounds or show that their mom was wrong, but, there's a better way. It's not that her mom was wrong, but there's a better way. My phone's not wanting to stick. So anyways, I've written a few posts about this on Facebook, on different accounts. I've written about it a couple times through the years, but I thought I would do it as like an official live video. I'm hoping I'll be able to download it and save it to my phone and then combine it with the video where I took the kid into one video. But sorry about that. I had these darn tootin' advertisements come up on my phone. And yes, I'm still fighting bronchitis. Smoking. I'm going to be quitting again soon. I'm going to be getting back into raising my vibration. I went through a period where I was hurting. I needed healing and rest. And just rest. And just getting up in the mornings, doing my walkings, and then I have a million excuses. I'm going to be getting back into all of it again. Doing guided meditations, walking, my diet, quitting smoking, no more coffee. I'm going to get back into everything to open up my chakras and raise my vibration. Not there yet, but very soon. So anyways, as I was saying before, I had an advertisement come up and interrupt the broadcast. Also, people calling me will do that. So that's another reason why I'm not accepting a lot of people on my friends list, and I've tried to figure out how to close it down so that people can't call me. And if they call me without asking first, they're automatically blocked from sending me messages. Because when I go to do these live broadcasts, it will interrupt it. And sometimes it sends my phone into a whole freaking haywire, and it just shuts down the video completely, and I can't even resume the video once I get rid of the advertisements or decline the video call. I've had that happen. So, and I had to start all over with my video. But anyways, these animals. The animals, okay? Took the friend and her kids to the thing. Didn't want to discredit mama, especially in front of the kids. So my way of doing it, okay? And I'm saying it this way so, if y'all get in a similar situation, there's a right way and a wrong way. You don't make the parents look bad to the child, okay? So my way of doing this is, instead of grabbing them, you feed them. And I always put a little bit of chicken, not canned chicken. Canned chicken's terrible for you. Shouldn't give anything, especially to wildlife. But I'll do a boiled chicken. You could do boiled livers, but chicken I find works the best. They like chicken the most. And I'll use a fork so it doesn't get lost in the water, because I don't believe in throwing food. A lot of people throw corn in the water for fish and popcorn, and actually this can cause bacteria and imbalances in the water. So I'm very protective of water sources. If y'all followed me for any length of time, then you know I'm extremely protective of water sources. So anyways, I put it on a fork. I put this little piece of chicken on a fork so I can control it. It's not going anywhere. And then I hold it in the water. And the crayfish will come. And I'll get 10, 20, 30 crayfish at a time coming to get that chicken. And then they will grab onto that chicken and they don't want to let it go. And by then I will scoop. And I've got videos of this on my other account. Not where I'm doing this live video. But I have multiple Facebook accounts and some I don't have access to anymore. But you scoop it underneath, which puts the crayfish on top, and he's going to hold it. And then you can put them in a bowl or in your hand. Doesn't matter. And then they're not threatened. And then the video I did with this kid where I was showing him this, I went and had him go get a second one because the first one he brought me, he grabbed it and it was extremely aggressive. I never have that happen, and I even said that in the video, but the video was I thought I said more in the video. But you know, when you get on the spot in those moments, you don't say what you think you said and you don't cover what you think you covered, right? So, and there was a lot. There were 3 kids running around and there was a lot going on. So anyways, I thought I covered all of that in the video, but I had not. So what happened was I told him, go get me a crayfish. And he brought me a crayfish in the crate. And he brought me the crayfish. And the crayfish, the crayfish was aggressive. Right off the bat. Like, I couldn't do nothing with it. Even I can get animals to do anything just about. Even I couldn't do nothing with it. At that point, he was fighting for his life, pissed off, and there's no reasoning and compromising with them, okay? So I said, no, you take this one back and get me another one. And I said, this time, use the method I told you. So he goes back and he gets another one. And this is where my video started. I thought I got that whole thing on video. I may have had poor service. And maybe going, because I see my service going in and out here too. So there may be parts of this video that are being missed. But anyways. I may have to do this video again. Not live. So that there's no hit and miss. But anyways. He goes and gets me another crayfish using the method I said. So when this is about when the video, he brings it to me, and that's about when the video starts. So you'll see the chicken, and I didn't know what that was because usually they don't pull the chicken off when I do it. You know, usually the chunk of chicken on the fork, they don't actually get a piece of it. So he had chunks all over him, and I was like, what the hell is this? So when I was playing the video back, I was like, oh shit, I said hell in front of the kid. I'm not usually around kids. I haven't been around kids in years. I used to be a professional babysitter, but I haven't been around kids in years. I said, oh shit, I said hell in front of the kid. I said freaking. I was like, well, at least I didn't say fuck. Anyway, I felt bad about that when I was looking back at that video. But anyways, can't change it. It is what it is. I'm not used to being around children. You know, you get in patterns of, I'm around adults. I talk adult language. So, anyways, I said, if somebody grabbed you, wouldn't you feel defensive? He said, I'd want to kill him. And he's, I think, if I remember correctly, he's probably about 12 or 13. But I can't remember how old he was. He said, I'd want to kill him. So I began to explain that when you're not a threat, they have no reason to get defensive. Their claws are to defend themselves. If they don't have a reason to defend themselves, they're not going to use them. So, the crawfish in the video is walking around on my hands. And, I'm hoping I can get some of those other videos. It would be great if I could get some of those other videos where I was using the fork. I think I tried that before and I wasn't able to download them from this account. I have to be in that account and I don't have access to that account anymore. And I have to be in that account to download the video. But maybe one day, next spring, summer or something, or two. But it won't do any good with this video, but maybe I'll get it again and I'll just do a whole new video. Anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it. It's not much to talk about. I don't like people grabbing animals. You don't have to grab them. You don't have to put them in a cage. Most of them, if it's meant to be, will come to you. And if you're in the right energy, they won't be scared of you. If you're in the right energy, they will feel that and they will mirror that and reflect that. And they will be to you what you are to them. So if you're a threat to them, they are a threat to you. If you're kind to them, they are kind to you. If you're curious in them, they'll be curious in you. So they mirror, the environment mirrors the energy that you have within you. Okay? So, I don't like people flipping rocks to find them. Okay? I do not like it. It is a very big thing for the Southerners to go crayfish hunting with their kids and to flip 1,000 rocks. You should not be touching rocks. People are getting the rocks out of the water. They're building things to pull up the water that can actually change the entire contour of the land by doing that. And then what'll happen is the river will dry out. And it's doing it all the time. The river is receding. The water's dropping down. And it's because people are messing with the main structures of the water. Rocks support the main structure. You wouldn't go to a house and pull a brick out of the center of the house. You don't go to a stone house and pull bricks out of the center. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're pulling the foundation and you're messing up the entire thing, the whole fucking thing. The whole fucking thing. Because rocks are also where animals build their homes. There's a lot of animals called hellbenders, for example, are one of a very rare species at this point that are declining rapidly. And when you do that, you know, there's animals that only eat hellbenders. There are things that hellbenders will eat that nothing else eats. Hellbenders eat something nothing else eats. So you're messing up the entire... These words are going blank on me this morning. Balance. Let's just say balance. There's a lot that's being messed up, but we'll just go with balance for now. A lot is being messed up. They will make their home under a rock. And then they will never make another home. So if you take up that rock and their home is disturbed, they quit eating and they will never go find another rock. They will never feel safe enough to find another rock. So they die because they won't eat. They won't eat when they're exposed. So they die. So you may not even see a hellbender. There could be an itty bitty, almost microscopic, I don't know how big they are. Kind of talking out of my ass right now, you know, but trying to pull rabbits out of a hat, but they're itty bitty, I know that. They're itty bitty. So you may not even see it. And you disturb the home, they're gone. You should not be moving rocks. And this is a huge thing in the South, a huge thing since I was a little girl, and I'm 40 years old now. And the people I went to school are taking their kids and their grandkids and doing it and repeating. You should not be touching the rocks. And yes, people do it, and so people say, well, everybody else is doing it, so I might as well too. But here's the thing, if everybody would say, nobody else is doing it now, we all quit, there's a chance for them to come back. Those rocks will not be moved. They will not be touched again. There's a chance. There's a chance they'll come back. So that's pretty much the conclusion of what I was going to say in today's coffee conversation, and I haven't had coffee yet, so. But that's what I wanted to say in today's coffee conversation video. And I think that's pretty much everything, so we're going to stop the video here. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay, now you can do it. Oh, that one pinches. She's gonna
be a bad one right there.
What the hell he got on his freaking claw, yo?
It's the turkey. He ran over and grabbed it.
He's hungry. I told you how to do it. See, I know how to catch these guys without catching them. They don't like to be grabbed. I mean, if somebody grabbed you, wouldn't you want to fight?
Oh, I would have killed them.
Yeah, so that's just natural. If you grab them, he's like, I got to defend myself now. But as long as you're gentle with them, they're usually very gentle with you. The last one was not nice. I've never had him do that before. But usually, and I always say, don't mess with animals if you don't want to get bit, because anything can bite. A dog, a cat, anything can. But usually, if you're good to them, they're good to you. Animals are very empathic, very spiritual. They're not stupid. They know when something's trying to hurt them or not hurt them. You can go ahead and stop the video if you like.